Road crossing structures are not a new concept. In 1987, the first salamander tunnel was constructed in Amherst, Massachusetts. Tom Tyning with Massachusetts Audubon assembled a crew and implemented the two tunnels in a heavily traveled amphibian corridor.
Some animals, like migrating amphibians, salamanders, frogs, live complex lives. They have complex needs. That is to say, they live in one place, they lay their eggs in another place. The larvae sometimes will be in a different place, the juveniles are in a different location, and the adults are in a different location. So they have complex life histories which require them to have complex habitats and ecosystems to live in. And unfortunately, in the last 100 years or so, certainly in the last 75 years, we have built a lot of roads in that migration corridor. We have bisected their migration routes so much that the mortality and carnage on roads during spring migrations is so big. And without this corridor, it doesn't matter if you save the forest, it doesn't matter if you save the vernal pool. All of them are important. They have very narrow corridors, and that's where you can do the most good at setting up these amphibian sites. So people who say, well, there's a development going in, we'd like to put in some salamander tunnels, you need the pre-development migration data. You need people out there day after day, year after year, and especially night after rainy night to find these things and locate them on a map exactly where they are on these roads. That's the kind of information that will help make projects like this be successful. These are not just culverts in the road. These are slotted at the top. They let ambient light, humidity, rainfall get in there, and this is what we believe is important. We developed this drift fence design, just a basic fence that goes straight up from the tunnel entrance on both sides. The idea being they migrate anywhere along through this forest, hit one of these fences, and naturally are going downhill. So they follow this, we thought, downhill, get to the entrance, and walk through. And it turned out it worked pretty well. Not perfect the first year or second year.
Designs are still being improved. For example, researchers have found widening the tunnels provides more light into the passage and has increased tunnel effectiveness. A drawback to these is that predators, like raccoons, have keyed into these structures and can have major impacts on a local population. Tunnels should not be the only fix, however. There are ways to improve new road construction, like lessening the slope of the road banks and changing the curbing to be amphibian-friendly.
There are now people trying to do whatever they can, picking salamanders up and crossing them on the roads by hand, helping them with bucket brigades, even some places closing roads entirely.
There are many ways to reduce our roads' impacts on amphibians throughout New England. An important first step is to consider all of the options available and learn as much about the local amphibians as possible.